Today we're going to show you a little bit of fishing with this fly. This is the depth charge Utah killer bug. It's a variation on the Utah killer bug commonly used in Tenkara. So here I've got the depth charge Utah killer bug on. I get to the river, and within the first couple casts I hook a fish, but he gets off right there. So a couple casts later, and we're into our second fish. This fly works extremely well in getting down deep, right along the bottom, and pulling fish out from underneath the rocks that line the bottom of the river. Next fish is right just downstream from those sticks you see on the right side of the bank. You'll see me hook into another brown here and bring him to net. He's going to, while I extend the rod, he goes downstream, and I'm going to guide him across the stream from left to right into the calmer water behind this rock, so to take pressure off of the rod and off the tippet. And then we'll bring him to net, and you'll be able to see that he's a nice brown. By the way, this net is the titanium net by Trail Light Designs. This is the plus version, or the larger version, so the hoop on this is 11 inches in diameter. So you can see that fish is about 13 inches as measured against the hoop. Here's another fish. I'm going to cast just upstream of that rock and bring the fly right into the hydraulic that's just in front of the rock, and there was a fish hiding there, which is sort of a classic location. And then we'll bring him to net as well. It's another brown. Actually, this isn't a brown trout. This is a Bonneville cutthroat. He was hooked just underneath the bottom lip. And you'll see as I hold him up, he's an absolutely beautiful fish, particularly now with getting his spawning colors on. So my mistake, not a brown. This next fish is a mountain whitefish. He's about 16 inches long and probably a couple pounds. They're very dense and heavy fish. I hook into him right there in midstream. Whitefish like to hold in midstream right against the bottom. You could see I'm having trouble extending my rod there because it actually was frozen. Frozen. I couldn't zoom the rod. The air temperature was about 20 degrees. Anyway, he swims upstream here, and he's going to actually go downstream after he gets a little bit tired, and then you'll see me try to bring him to net, but my arm's just not long enough, and he's heavy enough. I don't want to line him in, but I do finally get him into the net. So anyway, there he goes downstream. I'm going to try to keep him out of that current that's to the right and pull him back in behind the this rock into the calmer water. And then you're going to see me try to net him about 3, maybe 4 times. It's sort of embarrassing, but anyway, I finally do get him into the net. So here we go, finally get him into the net there, finally, and lift him out. And you can see he's it's about 16 inches long as compared to the diameter of the net, and a good couple pounds. And you can see the depth charge killer bug there in his lip. This is a little brown taken from that same run where I just took the whitefish, and he's obviously a lot smaller, so he's easier to bring in. This is another brown that I hook just upstream from where the whitefish was taken, and I hook him and he shoots right down, right between my legs, and then makes it a little bit more difficult to get him detangled. But I just lift him up and then take the hook off and let him go. His next fish is taken just in front of that tail out of this run, and he immediately gets swept downstream. You can see there he is, and he goes downstream. The water's really deep here, it's about mid-thigh, and so I have to look around first to get out of a hole, and then I guide him over to the slower current next to the bank so I can control him a little bit better. You can see him right down there. There he is, and we'll bring him in to the net. Anyway, it's a really good fly for fast water like this, deep pockets. It gets down deep. I think the muskrat collar imparts some life or movement to the fly, and the red hotspot triggers the instinct for the fly, for the fish. So give it a try.